Welcome back to the deep dive, where we kind of go through everything and try to find, the gems in whatever source material we're looking at.
Hmm.
Today, we're going to be looking at something that's really pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
A promotional website and sales page for a product called Alka Water DIY.
Right.
It's kind of a mix of personal storytelling, a little bit of health claims, and some really clever marketing.
Hmm.
A lot to unpack here, so
Yeah.
let's just dive right in.
It's a great case study actually. The source material kicks off with a story.
Right.
It's, trying to connect with you on an emotional level right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And we meet a guy named Paul Harris.
Yeah.
He is a firefighter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And it really does pull you in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He describes this
Yeah.
devastating storm that hit Pittsburgh on May 1st, 2017.
Right.
He talks about the damage that it did to his house, the financial strain that it put on his family.
Mm.
That's a struggle that a lot of people are going through these days, so you can relate to that.
Absolutely.
Right.
And to deal with this financial strain, they decide to give up bottled water and switch to tap water.
Right.
It seems like a pretty logical decision.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's where things start to take a turn for the worse.
Yeah, that's when his 9-year-old son, Eric, gets sick.
Right.
And Harris kind of blames it on the city's aging water infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
And he claims that the tap water is contaminated.
Yeah.
And he really paints this, this really vivid picture of him holding his sick son in the hospital, just feeling helpless and frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very powerful emotional hook, that's for sure.
It is.
It definitely gets your attention.
It's really classic storytelling.
Yeah.
You establish the problem,
Right.
you create a bit of tension,
Mm-hmm.
and then you set the stage for the solution. If you're interested in seeing how this story unfolds, you can find a link to the full Alk Water DIY sales page in the episode description.
Okay.
We encourage you to check it out and let us know what you think. It
Yeah.
might spark some interesting thoughts,
Yeah.
and maybe even inspire you to leave us an intriguing and positive review, which we always appreciate.
Always love those reviews.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Paul's story.
Yeah.
So, driven by guilt and the desire to protect his family, he goes on this quest to find a solution
Right.
to their water problems.
Mm-hmm.
He tries a bunch of different things like well water and those really expensive filtration systems,
Right.
but nothing seems to work.
And this is where we're introduced to the core of the sales pitch, which is alkaline water.
Okay.
Harris says that he came across this amazing alkaline water solution through another firefighter whose uncle apparently worked with NASA.
Wow.
So he weaves this tale about this device
Mm.
that ionizes water, separates the acidic minerals from the alkaline ones,
Right.
and he really emphasizes all the health benefits of this ionized water.
He even mentions that NASA has been using alkaline water for decades to prevent bone loss in astronauts.
Right.
It's a very interesting detail. It kind of plays on our trust in authority figures and scientific institutions, I guess.
It does. It definitely makes you think.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the many persuasive techniques that we see woven into this sales narrative.
Right.
We'll be unraveling more of those as we dig a little deeper.
And if you're enjoying the unraveling, please hit that subscribe button and leave us an intriguing and positive review.
Yeah,
It really helps other people find the show and join us on these deep dives.
it does.
But now let's get back to this fascinating tale of alkaline water and DIY ingenuity.
Okay, so Paul, he gets a hold of these plans for this NASA-inspired device, but there's a catch.
It's way too complicated
Right.
and too expensive for like the average person to actually build, right?
Exactly, and remember, he's positioning himself as just this average guy, a firefighter trying to make ends meet.
Right.
Needs something that's both affordable and accessible.
Right. Yeah.
So he gets together with his firefighter buddy, and they set out to simplify the design. Creating something that anyone could build with stuff that's pretty easy to find.
Right. So that's how this Alka Water DIY device is born.
Yeah,
2 plastic bottles, some pipes, a few plates, 2 taps,
that's it.
all for about $50.
You got it.
He even says that 90% of this stuff you can find for free at a junkyard.
That's right.
I mean, that's pretty smart if you think about it.
It is.
By making it so easy and so cheap, it just opens it up to way more people, right?
It's marketing 101. Really make it easy.
Yeah.
Make it cheap.
Right,
You're going to get a much bigger audience.
Yeah, for sure.
And to really sweeten the deal, he compares building this thing to something as simple as plugging in a DVD player.
Oh, wow.
No technical skills needed.
Right.
Just a little bit of time and effort.
It's an interesting approach, right?
Yeah.
Like, it almost plays on that desire to be self-sufficient.
It does.
You know, that feeling of accomplishment you get from building something yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if this do-it-yourself approach to alkaline water is piquing your interest, remember you can find a link to the full sales page in the episode description.
Oh, cool.
It's definitely worth a look, even if just to see the marketing machine at work. And hey, if you're feeling inspired, we'd love for you to leave us an intriguing and positive review.
We really do appreciate those reviews. They help more people find the show and dive into these really fascinating topics with us.
Absolutely.
So getting back to this Alka Water DIY system.
Right.
What happens once Paul builds this thing?
Yeah.
Well, according to him, it's like a miracle. He talks about the water tasting amazing.
Yeah.
Feeling the optimal pH.
Right.
And experiencing all kinds of positive effects on his health.
Right.
He even says that his son's stomach problems, which he blames on the contaminated water, they completely go away.
Yeah, it's classic before and after storytelling. You know, he paints this this bleak picture of the problem,
Right.
introduces the solution, and then showcases the amazing results. You know, once you implement the solution.
Right, and to make it even more believable, he brings in what do they call it? Social proof.
Right.
He says that that his friends and family, they were so amazed by his device and by all the positive changes they saw in themselves that they started begging him to share the plans.
It's a smart way to build credibility and create a sense of demand.
Right.
Like if so many other people are dying to get their hands on this thing, it must be something special, right?
Right. And that's when he decides to create the Alka Water DIY guide.
That's right.
It's this step-by-step plan for how to build your own alkaline water system at home.
You got it.
But he doesn't stop there.
No.
He throws in a few more goodies to really sweeten the pot.
Right.
Like he says that alkaline water makes food taste better, and it boosts your energy levels.
Sure.
Almost like he's saying, hey, not only are you going to be healthier, but you're also going to enjoy life more.
It's a really appealing message.
It is.
It really is.
But before we get too caught up in the promises of, you know, better health and tastier meals, let's take a step back and think about the science behind some of these claims,
right?
Especially the ones about alkaline water, because this is where things start to get a little hazy.
Yeah, it gets a little murky.
Yeah.
There is some research out there suggesting that that alkaline water might be beneficial.
Right.
But the scientific community, they're not all on the same page yet. Some studies have shown, small improvements in things like acid reflux and bone health.
Right.
But a lot of experts think that the body's natural pH regulation system is way more effective than any amount of alkaline water you could drink.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's important to approach these claims with a bit of healthy skepticism, I think.
Right.
And remember that personal stories, they're not the same as scientific evidence.
Right. Yeah.
Just because Paul and his friends saw some positive results doesn't mean that everyone's going to have the same experience.
Right. Right. And speaking of skepticism, there's one more thing on the sales page that we should probably talk about.
Okay.
The ClickBank disclaimer. It's
a
little bit of legal jargon tucked away down there at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
And basically what it does is it distances ClickBank, the platform that hosts this product, from the claims that are being made about Alka Water DIY. It
does. It uses phrases like as
right
and as available, which basically means that that ClickBank isn't guaranteeing the accuracy of of the information. They're just providing the platform for the seller to market their product.
It's a buyer beware situation, I guess.
It is.
ClickBank is basically saying, hey, we're not responsible for what this guy is claiming.
Right.
Do your own research before you buy.
Exactly. And that's always a good idea, especially when it comes to health products.
Yep.
Or anything that seems too good to be true.
Right.
We're bombarded with information these days, and it's our responsibility to think critically about what we're seeing.
Right.
And be wary of exaggerated claims.
Right.
Or promises of miracle cures.
Yeah. It's about being an informed consumer, I think, and making decisions based on evidence and critical thinking, not just emotional appeals or captivating stories.
Right.
And if you are intrigued by this whole interplay of storytelling and marketing and health claims, you can dive deeper into the Alka Water DIY sales page by following the link in the episode description.
That's right.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
We would.
And while you're at it, why not leave us one of those intriguing and positive reviews?
Yeah, it really helps us reach a wider audience.
It does.
And spread the joy of exploring knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now let's continue our deep dive and look at some of the more nuanced parts of this sales pitch.
Okay.
Okay, so we've covered the emotional storytelling, the clever use of social proof, and the iffy science behind some of these claims.
Right.
But there are a few smaller things in the Alka Water DIY sales page that I think are worth mentioning. They might seem kind of insignificant at first.
Yeah.
But they're actually really important in creating that persuasive narrative.
Absolutely. Those little details can be super effective,
right,
especially when they tap into our desires or anxieties.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's this recurring image of building Legos with your kids.
Oh, yeah.
Or enjoying a nice family dinner.
Yeah.
It's not just about the water,
Right.
It's about creating a better life for yourself and your family.
That's really smart marketing.
There it is.
It connects the product to these positive emotions and aspirations.
Yeah.
Like, it's suggesting that if you buy this device, you're not just buying alkaline water.
Right.
You're buying happiness. You're buying quality time with your family.
Exactly.
Pretty powerful stuff.
It is.
And don't forget the claim that alkaline water makes your food taste better.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's a small thing, but it plays on that desire for a better sensory experience, right?
It does. Who wouldn't want their food to be more delicious?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a clever way to appeal to an even wider audience, even people who maybe aren't totally sold on the health claims.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying, even if you don't believe in the science, at least you'll enjoy the taste.
Exactly. And it goes back to that idea of simplicity and ease of use.
Right.
The DVD player analogy. He wants you to feel like it's not only easy to build and use this thing,
right,
but it's also gonna make your everyday life better. In these really simple, enjoyable ways.
It's a well-crafted sales pitch, that's for sure.
It is, no doubt about it.
It uses a mix of emotional appeals, logical arguments, and these subtle suggestions to really make a strong case for the Alka Water DIY system.
Absolutely.
But like we've been saying throughout this deep dive, it's important to be critical.
Yeah.
Do your own research before you make any decision.
Absolutely. We're not here to tell you what to believe or what to buy.
Right.
We're just trying to give you the tools and the information to help you sort through all the noise out there and make informed decisions.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of informed decisions, if you're interested in checking out the Alka Water DIY sales page yourself, you can find the link in the episode description.
That's right.
It's a really fascinating look
at
how marketing is used to sell a product.
It is.
And it might even spark some interesting conversations with friends and family.
It might.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Alka Water DIY system, what are your main takeaways?
Well, for me, it's a good reminder that even something as simple as this product can be marketed in some really sophisticated ways.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of storytelling, emotional intelligence, and persuasive language.
It also shows how important it is to to think critically.
It does.
And to make informed decisions.
Absolutely.
We're constantly bombarded with information these days.
We are.
And it's up to us to filter out the noise, question what we see,
right,
and make choices that align with our values and our beliefs.
This deep dive has been a really interesting journey into the world of DIY ingenuity, health claims, and persuasive marketing.
It has.
But more importantly, I think it's a reminder that knowledge is power.
Right.
And the more we understand about the world around us, the better equipped we are to deal with all the complexities out there.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this deep dive.
We would.
If you found it insightful, intriguing, or even just a little bit entertaining, please consider leaving us an intriguing and positive review.
Yeah.
You can find the link in the episode description.
It really helps.
It does.
It helps other curious folks find the show and join us as we explore the depths of knowledge.
One deep dive at a time.
That's right.
Thanks for listening.